We're live near Hayward, where a massive explosion and fire today leveled 3 buildings right behind me. Still a very active scene. 6 people were rushed to the hospital after that blast this morning. Take a look at this. Rain camera video showing that moment when the explosion happened, blowing out the windows of several homes. We're told crews were on the scene working on a gas line at that time. And we're here on East Llewellyn Boulevard in the unincorporated community of Ashland. That is just northwest of the city of Hayward. The street running parallel to Highway 238, and still a lot of firefighters and PG&E crews here on scene. And from the air, you can get a better idea of the aftermath of that explosion from our chopper. As we mentioned, 6 people were taken to the hospital, 3 of them with major injuries. And later in the day, we found out that 2 people were still missing. And this afternoon, we saw at least 3 canine teams arrive on scene to search throughout that debris. 1 dog from Berkeley Fire, part of the urban search and rescue team with FEMA, was sent in to see if they could find anyone alive, but picked up no scent. That's when they sent in another team with a specialized cadaver dog. But the good news, neither canine team was detected anything. And the Alameda County Fire Department says all residents are now accounted for. Here's another live look from our chopper right now. We just learned the NTSB is now sending a team to investigate that explosion. Our Kelsi Thorud, who has a better view of the scene, leads our team coverage with the very latest from investigators as they try to sort out all of this. And Kelsi, a lot of unanswered questions tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ryan. A lot of people wondering why this explosion happened, how it happened. But as you said, we are getting a closer look for the first time today at just the extent of this damage. This is what used to be a house here on Llewellyn. You can see totally destroyed. There are actually firefighters still on the scene spraying that shed behind the house, trying to make sure that the fire is completely out. 3 structures in total on these 2 properties were destroyed. And we talked to a woman who lived just across the street who captured that video of the explosion. Dramatic video shows the moment an explosion rocked an Ashland neighborhood, the blast sending debris flying into the air.
It looked like a bomb drop, like it just went.
It was Brittany Maldonado's Ring camera that captured the video. She told us when the blast happened, her entire house shook.
We thought a truck hit the house or something, but no, the neighbor's house exploded.
First responders say the explosion happened just after 9:30 in the morning. 3 structures, including 2 homes, were destroyed. Another nearby home was also damaged.
There were 6 people who were involved in this incident who were transported to the hospital. It's unknown of their condition at this time.
The cause of the explosion appears to be related to a gas leak that began 2 hours prior at around 7:30 in the morning. PG&E says a third-party construction crew working on the road in front of the house hit a gas line.
PG&E immediately dispatched our crews to the scene. Once on site, they worked to isolate the damaged line and stop the flow of gas.
PG&E says it took close to 2 hours for its crew to turn off the gas around 9:25 a.m. The explosion happened 10 minutes later at 9:35.
PG&E will be conducting an extensive investigation around the potential cause and will support other investigations that may take place.
The entire block surrounding the explosion was evacuated by law enforcement after the blast. But many neighbors are now wondering why there wasn't an evacuation in the 2 hours before, when PG&E knew gas was leaking. Brittany Maldonado told us she was never notified of a gas leak. The only reason she knew anything was going on was because she saw a PG&E crew member checking her gas meter at around 8:30 in the morning.
And he said that they were turning off the gas because of something with the road crew. So we were like, okay. So we were even more confused because we're like, thought the gas was off. How'd the explosion happen?
PG&E says they do not execute evacuations. They leave that up to first responders. Alameda County Fire says it did not evacuate the neighborhood because when they came on scene, PG&E told them they did not need the fire department's assistance. The investigation into the cause of the blast remains ongoing. Brittany says her thoughts are with those who were injured and who lost their homes.
It's cold. It's Christmas. Like, they don't have homes, if they don't have people near them, where are they going to go? Like, I feel terrible.
We did learn this afternoon that 3 of the people that were taken from this scene were transported to Eden Medical Center. Only one of those people is still at that hospital in serious condition. The other 2 were transported to other hospitals in the area where their conditions are unknown. Back here out at the scene, as Ryan, you were saying earlier, cadaver dogs and search and rescue dogs were out here. They did not smell any person in this debris. We did hear from the fire department, though. They said that there is a chance that the 2 people that they are searching for were not home at the time. Their car was not here, so they could have been away and were not here when the explosion happened. As you can see behind me, PG&E crews are working out here. They just released some gas from a line nearby, so they are continuing to work hard to figure out how to fix this leak and clean up some of this damage. Ryan.
Okay, yeah, and Kelsi, we do have some update on the 2 people. They were accounted for, so thank you very much. And we did some digging into that third-party construction company out of Oakland. They are a Redwood construction company. They were awarded the contract for a major improvement, a street improvement project on that street. It was called the East Llewellyn Boulevard Project. Now, our choppers spotted Redwood trucks on scene, and according to documents from Alameda County Public Works, it was an $11 million bid for improvements ranging from wider sidewalks to bike lanes and stormwater drainage upgrades. We did reach out to Redwood for comment and have not heard back. Okay, now let's head back to Kenny Choi, who's been hearing from more neighbors impacted by this blast. And Kenny, I can only imagine a lot of frustration from those people.
Ryan, certainly it was a difficult day for so many of the residents here. Authorities say that evacuation zone was expansive. It actually extended 10 houses down the road to each side of that explosive site. But for a lot of the residents, a lot of chaos and confusion today. Moments after the explosion on East Llewellyn Boulevard, nearby residents ran towards the commotion.
I felt a jolt, thought it was an earthquake. Felt like a 4.0. Came outside to see what was going on. Once I figured it wasn't an earthquake, and came around this corner here and looked down the street and saw the flames coming out of the house.
First responders, including Alameda Fire, say they did not initiate evacuation orders before the explosion.
When our crew showed up 2 hours prior, we did not smell gas, detect gas, or see any reason for an emergency. So we waited to speak to PG&E, and PG&E said they can handle the situation.
It was a devastating explosion. It blew the screen door and the blinds off my neighbor's house that is back in the back of that house in the next block. It blew off his screen door and everything. It was a massive explosion.
Nearby resident James Brito says he could smell gas in the area after the explosion.
You could smell some gas in the air.
The street has been the site of a construction project that's been going on for about a year. Nearby residents say they've been complaining about the project from the start.
They had to dig all this up. This used to be like this gap right here. So once they started digging all that up, I'm assuming that they hit the gas line and it blew up their house.
So many residents tonight displaced throughout the day. I did speak to some homeowners just a short time ago. They say that they are back in their homes. Those were actually the residents who live just across the street from that explosion. And Ryan, so it's a long process for a lot of these people, but some of them are getting the green light to move back in tonight.
All right, Kenny Choi, thank you very much. So this still is a very active scene. As you can see, the Sheriff's Department is now blocking Llewellyn Boulevard. And I did briefly speak with the Alameda County fire investigator who said he is done with his preliminary investigation tonight, and he will be back sometime tomorrow morning.